Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the 30-day wedding photography crash course series. I'm Josiah Blizzard and I'm going to talk about a video that I've actually already made, and I'm not going to remake it because I don't think I can remake it any better than I did the first time. Instead, I am going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to read some comments from other photographer friends on Facebook about this topic. And this topic is being a second photographer. How can you be a great second photographer? I am linking above in the cards here and in the description a link to a behind the scenes shoot where I was a second photographer for my friend Laura Neff. And you can go watch that video. I describe a bunch of tips and my process and what I'm thinking and how to be a great second shooter in that video. But today I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of the behind the scenes of what might make a bad second shooter, what might be something you shouldn't do as a second shooter. So let me pull this up real quick and we'll jump right into this. I polled my photographer friends and they gave me some really great answers on pet peeves and things that they hate that some of their second photographers have done. I'm not going to say any names in particular here. Okay, so first one here, she relies a lot on her second shooters during the wedding day. She wants them to be self-motivated and hardworking. The times she's had gripes with a shooter are really when they don't take the initiative, or if it's obvious they are just there to build their portfolio. You should never be second shooting just to build your portfolio. Sure, that is a byproduct of shooting, of being a second shooter. You will gain experience, you will build your portfolio, but you should be there first and foremost to support the main photographer, the main shooter who has hired you out as a representation of their brand. And two, you should be there to serve the couple. Someone else said their biggest pet peeve is shooting from the same angle. I should realistically never bump into you because I've moved back a foot, because you should never be that close to me. Yeah, so always shoot from a different angle. When Steph and I shoot together, she's always on the sides and getting some close-ups and shots that I cannot get from right down the center or from where I'm standing. Somebody else says, yeah, please don't shoot from the same angle as me. Another huge one that I try to make them aware of is that I shoot portraits vertically 90% of the time, and so she wants them to be aware of the orientation and shoot the opposite. So if you know that your main photographer is always shooting portraits vertically, maybe you should shoot the majority of your shots in a horizontal landscape format. This person says, this might be minimal, but it was a big one for me this past weekend. I was constantly fixing the bride's dress, which is such a natural instinct for me to do, but it is so helpful when they take initiative to do it when we move to a new location or a new pose. What it allows is for when the second photographer fixes the bride's dress, it allows for the main photographer to get their settings right and find their composition without having to scramble, fix the dress, and do a whole bunch of things at once. So if you're a second photographer, maybe think about fixing the bride's dress so that the main photographer doesn't have to. Your primary focus on the wedding day, like I said before, should be to make the job as easy for the main photographer as possible. Somebody says she loves when her second photographers get a wide landscape photo of the venue because it's something that she often forgets to do in the craziness of the day. And another person actually says she loves when the second photographer takes individual portraits of the set of parents, each set of parents. So you're going to take a photo of the bride's mom and dad, the groom's mom and dad, and any other couples that might be in the family photo. So making sure that you're aware of who are the couples, who are the important VIPs in this group, in this family photo combination, and maybe grabbing some shots of them, pairing them up, and getting some nice formal shots of them is a big win. And something that will probably keep getting you hired as a second photographer if you're doing those extra shots and getting those great images that the main photographer just isn't thinking about because she's focused on the couple and getting the primary shot list. Another person said shooting the wedding with the seriousness and quality that they would be as if they were the lead photographer. I should be able to use their images if something happened to mine for some reason. I don't like the attitude, oh, she's getting that, so I don't need to get that. To a certain extent, obviously not all details are family photos, but something like ceremony and reception entrances, I have definitely worked with some people that seem like they don't care and are just super relaxed just because they are the second and it's not their responsibility. I mentioned before, you should be there to serve the photographer and the couple. If for some reason your main photographer's card crashed or something happened or whatever, something went wrong and all of the images were deleted, hopefully the second photographer you captured enough photos as a backup to deliver to the couple, and they would be satisfied with the images that you're delivering. That's pretty much what you're there for. You are essentially a glorified backup, right, in case something happens. So shoot like crazy and get as many photos as you possibly can, but shoot as if you are the lead photographer. You are shooting somebody's wedding day, and capturing that to the best of your ability is what you're there for. Obviously, don't step on any toes, don't get in the main photographer's way, but shoot as if you are the lead photographer in case something were to happen to her images. Somebody said, I had a bad experience once where the second photographer drank alcohol and the venue yelled at her, and in turn at my business. So yeah, that's the pet peeve, even though it only happened once. I've seen other vendors do it too. So don't drink alcohol at weddings. If you are a second photographer, you're not there to party, you're not there to drink. Be respectful. You're a working professional, so do not drink any alcohol while you are second shooting, because it will look bad not just on you, but on the photographer you're shooting for and her business. Remember, you're a representation of their brand, of their business, so do not drink alcohol at weddings. The only time that Steph and I will ever drink at weddings is when it's a couple that is pretty much like forcing us to party and celebrate with them, and are like, have asked us multiple times, hey, you guys should have a drink with us, have a drink with us. And eventually we may say, yes, okay, we will have one drink with you, but you have to physically hand us the drink. They need to go to the bar, get it themselves, and hand it to us. We will not accept a drink from anybody else except for the bride and groom, where they physically hand us the beer or the champagne or whatever it is. So guys, go check out the behind the scenes video I did on how to be a great second shooter. I've linked it here in the cards and down in the description below. Go check that out. It is very, very helpful. I feel like from what I've heard from other people that it's been really, really helpful. So go check that out, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and maybe share this with a friend who might find the content valuable, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for the next video.